Hello and welcome to my battleship video. You could also say this is a video about ship iteration. Almost a story of how I kept modifying my ship to reach a certain goal or a final form. But to properly do that, I need to go back to the beginning. Here is my simple sail ship. I spent no time on it. It was just a vehicle to gather materials and schematics for this. My ship I made to fight Nurilar. I used the same 5-section ship against Shifka, and it looks like most of the game. Here's an upgraded version I'm using to fight Raz. It's really after that I kept improving my ships to farm the bosses more effectively. My first attempt was Mr. Tank from my shipbuilding video. It was kind of sluggish, but it worked. I was using it and was totally happy until Dead Guy posted this picture in my Discord. I am somewhat known for having a tiny, unusable ship. And Dead Guy makes these giant, blight-bringing behemoths.
Yeah!
And yet, he has outdone me, making a warship much smaller than mine. Naturally, I was furious. I focused my disappointment and self-loathing on mining. So much mining. And after I farmed enough for probably a couple warships, I decided I wanted to try and revive the anvil. For those that don't know, in Worlds Adrift, you could bend the frame into the shape that let you stack a bunch of engines on it. Anyways, I wanted something similar, and I thought this wedge shape might work. I built a test frame out of iron and junk metal to make sure it all fit. And it did. Somehow. Then I rebuilt it with some better materials. It is 8 sections, has 6 engines and 6 wings. And even with 4 Titan Peacemakers, it is very maneuverable. Here it is bullying an Arbiter. Here it is storm walling like a champ. It crushed Nurilar. For a little ship, it's a beast. I made a new world and then used the same frame to make this island hopper, so I could farm schematics for drift. Man, you need so much. Here's my 2 little box ships. They're very similar, and I was farming and farming to upgrade the God's Hand Pursuit. Here's the half core that spawns you right next to the helm, in a comfort room. Some storage, fuel tank number 1, and a protected back door with a walkway. Down this hatch, there's crafting, more storage, and fuel tank number 2. Here's the farming ship. It's very similar, just no cannons. And this one actually has a forge. So after reaching my goal of level 50 engines, I wanted to celebrate with a rebuild. Of course. But the first few things didn't work out. The main problem is this. When you only build too wide, this beam is always in the center, and the game won't let you place stuff on the beam. and because the middle engine wouldn't center, the side ones wouldn't fit right. So I scrapped the frame and went with something much simpler. The engines are around 1100 resilience, so they are very tanky, and I could put a couple of those where a shield or a figurehead would go. So I built the frame around a rear shield. Oh, and my half core. It's really just missing the left side. The enhancer just isn't that great. And the efficiency module is the least efficient thing I've ever seen. It needs RAS cores, which is pretty crappy if you ask me. So the core setup is very compact. I think it's around 2600 energy. So more than I need. Here's the cannon stats. I have 2 Scorpions on the side. They have a wide angle that covers most of the ship. There is a Peacekeeper on the rear if the boss or something is chasing me. It has 10 engines, 8 wings, and weighs almost 1,200 pounds. I mean kilograms. I think it's kilograms. It never says. But it handles like a dream. The inside is very cramped, as you would expect. The research table is jammed between 2 fuel tanks. Storage is stuffed wherever it will fit. There's actually a workbench in this corner, although you need to crouch to access it. Here's the cooking area and a small helm room. Only 9 comfort. Here's it fighting the Tier 2 Arbiter. The ship is fast. It hits the 75 knot speed cap without problem. When I spot the Arbiter, I can easily dive to start the fight. I lower the throttle to quarter speed so I can aim better. I can unload my side cannon till it moves in front of the rear cannons. I can focus on weak spots till it moves out of range. And then with minimal turning, I can re-engage the fight and win. Easy. The whole fight took 90 seconds. The next video is about a weird ship I use for farming the islands, so subscribe if you want to see that. Thanks for watching and have a good one.